had a barge, what would you do with it?
A circus!
Johnny, if you had a barge, would you turn it into a puppet theatre?
Yeah.
You would. But what would you do with a barge?
Disco!
A disco, that's a good idea, isn't it? Jessie, what would you do with it?
A cinema.
A cinema? A cinema. We can show great films. On we go. We don't want to miss the show. Quickly, 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 quickly. Oh, they've got to lift me. Oh, hang on, kids. Gwen and Juliet, now I've been to a few puppet theatres over the years. This has got to be the most unusual one I've ever been to. What gave you the idea of putting a puppet theatre on a barge?
Well, basically because the puppet theatre on land was much too expensive. We couldn't afford to do that. So we thought about putting one on a truck and driving it around to different places, but the parking of it was much too difficult. So then eventually we got the idea of putting it on the river or the canal.
Travel by barge, I assume, is quite slow. Do you have to allow a long time between performances?
Well, if we were travelling from here to Oxford, it would take about 1 week to get there, and if you went in a car, it would take about an hour and a half.
I don't know. The little rotter's left me behind. Hope I'm not too late to see the show. In I go. Little pig walking the gangplank.
I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. And he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play, and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way.
Oh, look at this. It's like a real pirate steering wheel. Avast ye swans, shiver me timbers, ha ha, ha ha. I say, no time to fool around. I must see the puppet show. Try this way now. Has anybody got any questions they want to ask? Yes, what's yours?
How do you work the puppets?
Well, they're all, as you could see, on strings. And the strings go up to what we call a control at the top, which the operator holds. And that's what you manipulate.
Where do you get your electricity from?
We get it from the shore. We have to arrange that in advance.
You don't have an extension lead going out of somebody's house onto the boat or anything
Sometimes
like that?
we do.
Do you really?
This looks like the place. I can't see, it's too high up.
Why'd you leave me behind? Oh, I'm sorry I ate all your crisps. Can you hear me?
Oh, I'll try somewhere else. Yeah.
Here's one in love, her head and ears, tries every way to move her, while with a scorn the lady hears her sighing, dying lover. The wretch, despairing to obtain her favour or her graces, with sword or halter ends his pain, and kinder death embraces. The lady, when she's told his fate, distracted with her passion, curses her scorn, alas, too late, and dies with mere vexation.
Hello? Anybody at home? Oh, I can feel all the blood rushing to my head. Oh!